How do you feel when you see these two letters in English? Now, I know that some students absolutely panic. It's one of my most commonly requested lessons, the pronunciation of the TH sound in a modern British RP accent. And by the end of this lesson, you will understand the two pronunciations of this sound, and we're also going to talk about a potential bonus third sound, but we'll leave that to the end of the lesson. Hey guys, it's Roy here and welcome to English Right Now. And if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, well, I'm a British English teacher and I teach everything about British English, including how to have that modern British RP accent. And in this lesson, we're focusing on this sound. Now, I know for a lot of students out there, a lot of students worry about pronouncing this sound, and I totally get it because I am a language learner as well. Now, while I'm a native British English speaker, I learnt Portuguese. I actually lived in Brazil. And whenever I saw a word like this means bread in Portuguese, I would kind of panic when I was first learning the language. That's because this word, although it looks to me like pau or pau, is actually pronounced pão. It took me a lot of practice and quite a long process to understand exactly how to make this sound. And that is why I'm going to teach you exactly how to make this sound and also how to practice. So as I said, there are two main pronunciations of the TH sound. So let's take a look at the first one. The first one is often represented in the phonemic chart by this symbol. Now, this sound is th. This sound appears in the word think, truth, south, through, author, and method. So this sound is what we call an unvoiced sound. Now, an unvoiced or voiceless sound is one in which we don't use our vocal cords. We don't need to vibrate our vocal cords. So one key thing is to take your finger and put it here on your throat, and you shouldn't feel any kind of vibration. So this TH sound in these words is an unvoiced sound, which is all well and good, but how do we actually make that sound? Okay, so it's all about the mouth and tongue position. What we need to do is take our tongue and put the tip of our tongue on our top teeth, like this. Exactly like that. It's slightly extended beyond the top teeth. And then what we do is we blow air down the tongue without using our vocal cords and through the teeth. Through. Exactly. That is a word from our list. Now, I know for a lot of language learners, this doesn't feel very natural. I totally get it. I need to say we don't put our tongue too far out of our mouths. We don't go It doesn't need to be that exaggerated, okay? And to be honest, if you do put your tongue too far out, it's going to impact on the speed at which you can form the word. Listen to this. So if I say think, but I instead have my tongue far out, think, it takes a long time to produce that sound. And in fact, I just spat quite a bit. Hang on a minute. Okay, that's better. So as I said, the tongue should be slightly extended beyond the top teeth, resting on there, like that, and then we blow air through the teeth. As I said, it's not natural. It doesn't feel right for some students to be doing this, but we need to make sure that our mouth and tongue is in the correct position. Now, some people will put it slightly behind the teeth, but for me, I think because there's not a huge gap in my teeth, there's not a real gap for the air to escape, it doesn't sound quite right. So for me, and for a lot of language learners, the best way to do this is just by resting that tip of that tongue just exposed, just extended beyond the top teeth. And it doesn't, as I say, need to be full out there. Now, what do we need to do to practice this unvoiced TH sound? Well, okay. So my advice to you is it's a bit like going to the gym. And I keep promising that I need to go to the gym. I've got a membership. Why do I pay for nothing? But the first time we go to the gym, after a very long time, we do some exercise and we really, really ache. And that's because our muscles aren't used to doing these exercises. They're not accustomed to doing this kind of workout. And the next day we may really ache, and the day after we ache, but then we go back to the gym. And then over time, after we go through this process of going to the gym, aching, going to the gym, aching. Our muscles get stronger. Our muscles get used to doing the exercises that we're trying to do. And over time, we stop aching so much. And that's because we're strengthening our muscles. And that's exactly what we need to do in our mouth. And it's the same kind of process. At first, it's going to feel a bit unnatural. You're going to maybe ache. Your mouth is going to ache a bit. But over time, it will get more natural. It's a process. The next thing I would recommend that you do is to stand in front of a mirror. Stand in front of a mirror and make sure that your mouth is in the correct position and also that you're making the correct sound. And you can do that by recording yourself, maybe on your phone, and listening back. If it still sounds like a different kind of sound, keep going. And of course, this sound is the sound that appears in a modern British RP accent. There may be other accents in which the TH sound is pronounced a little bit differently. So now we know the theory, the next thing I would say to do is when we're first learning this sound and trying to become more comfortable with it, is to maybe exaggerate it a little bit. Naturally, in a conversation, it's quite a quick sound. Think, think, think. It's not think, think, think. But maybe at first we can exaggerate to make sure that we're saying or making that sound correctly. And then over time, we can reduce it a bit to be a bit more natural. But at first, maybe exaggerate. So let's practice together, putting our mouths in the correct position, not using our vocal cords, and blowing the air down the tongue and through the teeth. Let's practice these words together. Think, think, truth, truth, south, south, through, through, author, author, method, method. So at a natural speed, I'd say think, truth, south, through, author, and method. Practice these sounds over and over again. And now we're going to talk about the voiced TH sound. The voiced TH sound is represented by this symbol in the phonemic chart. Now, this sound appears in the words this, those, mother, although, with, and breathe. The verb breathe. You need to breathe. So how do we make this sound? So the best part is the voiced TH sound is made in almost exactly the same way as the unvoiced TH sound, with one key difference. And that is that for this sound, we need to use our vocal cords. So again, we place our tongue on our top teeth, slightly exposed, and this time we need to vibrate and use our vocal cords. So if we take our finger and put it on our throat, we should feel a vibration. If you're not feeling a vibration, it's not quite right. So this time we use our vocal cords and the sound comes down the tongue and through the teeth. And you should feel a bit of a vibration here as well. So is the unvoiced sound without using the vocal cords, and is the voice sound with using the vocal cords. Now, a simple way I often say to make these sounds and to sort of give you an idea how to make them, think about, for the unvoiced sound, think about how a snake makes a sound. And for the voice sound, think about a mosquito. So that's sometimes an easy way that I help people to remember how to make the sounds. The unvoiced is like a snake. The voiced is more like a mosquito, or that fly that seems to be flying around your room at 3 a.m. in the morning and means that you can't get any sleep. Where are you? You get the idea. So let's practice this voiced TH sound in these words. And again, at first we can exaggerate and then we can bring it down. This, this, those, mother, mother, although, with, breathe, breathe. So naturally I would say this, those, mother, although, with, and breathe. So that's how to make the two main TH sounds. And I talked about a bonus sound. Well, I'm going to tell you that right at the end of the video. But right now, I want to do some practice sentences with you, each containing the two TH sounds. So the first sentence is this. I think those are his shoes. Repeat after me. I think those are his shoes. I think those are his shoes. I think those are his shoes. Okay, so now what I want you to do is say it at the same time as me. I think those are his shoes. I think those are his shoes. I think those are his shoes. Okay, so think has the unvoiced sound, those has the voiced sound. Now let's look at this sentence. His mother told him to tell the truth. Repeat after me. His mother told him to tell the truth. His mother told him to tell the truth. His mother told him to tell the truth. Make sure you're exposing your tongue slightly and exaggerate if you need to. And now say it at the same time as me. His mother told him to tell the truth. His mother told him to tell the truth. His mother told him to tell the truth. Okay, so mother has the voiced sound, truth, the unvoiced sound. And now the final sentence, practice with me. The author lives with his family. The author lives with his family. The author lives with his family. And notice there is a voice sound on that first word as well. The author lives with his family. Okay, now say it at the same time as me. The author lives with his family. The author lives with his family. The author lives with his family. And it's okay if it's a bit too fast for you. You can always slow it down and exaggerate until you feel comfortable with that sound. So the voice sound is th, and the unvoiced sound is th. And I said at the start of the lesson, we'd also talk about a kind of bonus pronunciation of th, but there are some exceptions in English where you'll see a word starting with th, that the th is actually pronounced t. It's not very common, which is why we talk about the two pronunciations of the th sound. But for example, when we're talking about the famous river that goes through London, it is not the Thames or the Thames, it is the Thames. So that th is pronounced t, Thames. And as well in the country Thailand, it's not Thailand or Thailand, it is Thailand, even though there is a th at the start. But as I said, in very, very rare and in exceptional cases, usually when talking about names of things like a river or a country, we may pronounce that th as t. But realistically, in normal spoken English, the most common th pronunciations will be the unvoiced th or the voiced th. Practice the sentences, practice the words. But for today, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and turn on that bell if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. But from me, Roy, today, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next class.